This is Sarah Squires bringing you behind the headlines in today's edition of WYO Today Newsroom. Today I am joined in the studio by Tisha Tuttle. She is with Wyoming Senior Citizens, Inc. Welcome to the show, Tisha.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
'Tis the season. We are approaching a pretty busy time of the year. I know for your office and for a lot of seniors out there. Can you fill us in on what we have coming down the pike here, Tisha?
Absolutely. Let me just get my stretches in. You know, it is football season and we're getting ready for Super Bowl. So all of our beneficiaries out there are gearing up, getting ready, and anxiously waiting for their annual notice of change because it is the season for open enrollment. Part D open enrollment is coming up. In the mail, in your hot little hands, you should be receiving your annual notice of change. If you are enrolled in a Medicare drug plan, that annual notice of change is going to contain information about what's changing with your current plan. You don't have to feel helpless about it. Give us a call. We will look to see if that's still the best option for you or if there's another company that's going to treat you a little better. Take care of your medications at a more affordable cost and a premium that doesn't have to dig your wallet. Every pass should be a complete.
Oh, that's an exciting time, but I know it can really be confusing for a lot of folks. So, you know, a lot of these companies, and I think a lot of scammers out there are kind of taking advantage of that confusion. So you might be getting calls, you might be getting flyers in the mail and maybe not know, you know, what is a legitimate company? What should I be looking at here? How do I judge, you know, whether somebody reaching out to me, you know, is legit? And I know one place you can get some answers for that. So, Tisha, what should people do if they're looking at this open enrollment season, which I should mention it runs from October 15th to December 7th this year for Part D. If you have questions, can you fill us in on what folks can do around here if they want to reach out for help?
Absolutely. There's a few options. We have the ability where you can contact our office, 307-856-6880, and set up an appointment. Schedule some time to speak with one of our Medicare professionals, and we can go through the A through Z's of your drug plan. Figure out what medications you're on and which plan is covering them. So schedule the appointment, and at your appointment, bring in your Medicare card and the list of medications. We want to find the plan that's right for you. The other option for those self-serve type of individuals, if you're computer savvy, you can log in through medicare.gov, and they have the Find Health and Drug Plans tab. You can look through those drug plans, compare the one that you have to others that might be out there. You can put in a list of your medications on that website as well, and it will show you what they cost on those plans. A real up-to-date information.
Yeah, you know, and so these plans, you know, obviously cover medications, and, you know, a lot of us, you know, we're not on the same medications year after year. And so in addition to, you know, changes to certain plans, what plans are available out there, you know, you might have a new drug that your doctor's prescribed for you and that is expensive under your current plan, and shopping around can really save you some money if you're able to kind of compare the costs under different plans for your medications and what you need. So that is absolutely a great thing to be prepared for, to reach out for help, to make sure you're making that good decision for you and your family. I think I know it can be incredibly confusing. I've seen my mom trying to get answers to questions, and I was so excited when I learned that Wyoming Senior Citizens, Inc. was around here, because I could say, hey, Mom, guess what? You don't have to call the government, you know, to try to get answers, because that is no fun. I think we all have probably figured that out by now. Another thing that I think might be coming around for some families, you might be getting another letter in the mail to add to the mix here. And it's about an aptly named program called Extra Help. So Tisha, fill us in on for folks who...
Absolutely. So our Social Security Administration had done a usability or an accessibility. I don't know how to describe the report that they had done, but basically they took the groundwork of this program and the eligibility requirements, and they kind of reviewed what they're paying our Medicare beneficiaries And if you fall within the guidelines for this program or eligibility, they're now sending out letters to say, hey, you might qualify for this program, and it's huge. It's very helpful. So Social Security Administration just sent out letters saying, hey, you might qualify for extra help. Please contact our agency, our SHIP program, for enrollment assistance or eligibility pre-qualifications. We are able to help people submit those applications to a program. And what this program does is it provides premium assistance for your drug plan. So whatever drug plan you're on, that premium assistance can go up to $50, I believe. And so if you have a plan that is $22, they pay 100% of that premium for you. And then in addition to that, when you pick your medications up at the pharmacy, they are reduced. That cost will be no more than that $12 and some odd cents. It is never more than that because that program provides that copay assistance as well. So those medications, whether you are taking high dose, expensive, or even low dose medications and are on a fixed income, you could be eligible for that. You may be receiving that letter in the mail. Please do call, schedule an appointment. And same thing as the Part D drug plans. Bring in your list of medications and we'll navigate that together.
Yeah. I think for a lot of people, $12 prescriptions and premium assistance is, really helpful deal. So if you receive that letter from the Social Security Administration, you may be one among the 1.6 million folks across the country who got that letter because Social Security identified you as potentially being eligible for this extra help program. So if you have questions about that, Wyoming Senior Citizens Inc. is here to help and answer those questions and make sure that you are getting the best bang for your buck. And hopefully, you can maybe find a program that maybe there's not too many bucks involved. So that's kind of the goal, I think, for a lot of folks. As we're sitting here today, Tisha, I'm staring down a big birthday myself. But I am reminded, too, that we have something called the birthday rule in effect here that a lot of folks maybe don't know about and could take advantage of. So can you spell out kind of what the birthday rule means for folks and what opportunity that presents?
Absolutely. I don't know if you've ever met the Department of Insurance, but that Article 35 is a very long, lengthy, very legalese. So we're going to break it down nice and digestible. If you are enrolled in a Medicare supplement plan currently, and that premium is higher than your wallet allows, or it's getting higher year over year, and you're like, you know what? I think there's probably other options out there. Previously in Wyoming, to change your supplement plan, you would have to go through what's known as medical underwriting. Now, medical underwriting doesn't mean no. It just means that you have to pass their little health questionnaire before they provide that coverage. The birthday rule eliminates that. For those that are already enrolled in a supplement plan, you can change to a plan of equal or lesser coverage with guaranteed issue. That means that those companies cannot tell you no. That guaranteed issue period starts on the day of your birthday and runs for 63 days. You have 63 days to enroll in that new Medigap or supplement plan. During that 63-day window, I advise my beneficiaries, do not cancel your previous plan until you have confirmation that you're enrolled in that new company, new plan, and you have their new card that you can take to your doctor's office. That way you don't get caught up a creek not having a supplement plan at all. We are still educating some of our insurance agents on this new guaranteed issue. It was passed on June 4th of this year, and we are still celebrating that birthday rule. It is a great opportunity if you have pre-existing conditions and a high premium cost for those supplemental plans. Give yourself a birthday treat. A lower premium sounds real nice this time of year.
Absolutely. So Virgos, I'm talking to you. 'Tis the season for you for this birthday rule. And, folks, pretty much, I mean, this is a rule that's in effect now. So if you are thinking about, hey, my Medicare supplement is just not really working that great for me anymore, it's a period of time where you don't have to deal with that hassle of filling out those medical questionnaires. And honestly, I get a little bit of anxiety when I have to fill them out because I'm thinking like, man, am I going to get denied? Am I going to get rejected? And trying to, recall every single thing that the doctor's ever done for me. Man, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
And
if I don't have to, I don't want to. And it's the most cost affordable way. They're not going to rate that premium on your age, your condition, or what medications you take. It is a base premium guaranteed issue. It does not get better than that. The other thing worth mentioning is you can go to that same Medicare.gov website for the supplement plans and look up Medicare supplements within our zip code who's offering those plans. They on that website will give a very like the 1-800 number call center for that plan. I love recommending our local insurance agents. If you ever have an issue, you're talking to somebody across the desk, not the country. You don't have to wait for a 45-minute hold time. They're right there in your town, in your community, and there is no cost difference from using that call center agent to the one sitting in your community. Supporting local has never been easier and more beneficial. If you have an issue with your Medicare, you can sit across the desk and figure it out without a hold time, an accent that you might not understand, or a really long hold time that you don't want to deal with. So those local agents are worth their weight in gold, and it doesn't cost a bit of difference. So always finding those local agents that sell Medicare supplements. There are quite a few of them in Fremont County and across Wyoming. And once you're licensed in Wyoming, it's not based on just your county. So if a friend of a friend recommends somebody in Cheyenne, go for it. I mean, you can contact really anybody to give you the best service and find the best cost.
Yeah. Well, these days, everything really kind of starts to add up. We need to be making sure. I think we're all kind of penny pinchers these days because, and it's easy. It's so easy these days to get taken advantage of. And I think, being on the lookout for that, and also just being educated about where the help is, where you can figure out what the best deal is. That is really what the heart of what we're talking about here is.
Yeah.
So whether you're looking at this Part D open enrollment period that's coming up here from October 15th to the December 7th, or maybe you're thinking about, trying to have an easy time of finding a better supplement plan for yourself and eyeballing that birthday rule as a time where it's easy and you don't have to deal with all of that medical underwriting stuff. That is kind of all in the same ballpark of making sure that your health care, your health insurance is a good fit for you and your pocketbook. So that is, something we should all be kind of spreading the word on. And the thing that I really love about this is that I get to turn to you, Tisha, and say, hey, I don't really know if I understand all the ins and outs of this, and I think a lot of our listeners don't either, but you guys have opportunities, options at your office to kind of help guide folks through these processes, and that is just so incredibly invaluable. So yeah, I mean, in addition to taking advantage of speaking with local agents, when you're talking about your plans, you also can bring your questions to Wyoming Senior Citizens, Inc., and they have an office right here in Riverton. Right now, they're taking appointments for folks who need to go over their medications and the different options out there for open enrollment. So you might want to give them a call if this is something that you want to take advantage of this year between October 15th and December 7th. Just give Wyoming Senior Citizens Inc. a call. Their office phone number is 307-856-6880. So it is just so wonderful to be able to celebrate that we have some helping hands out there for folks for some of this stuff that can be really confusing.
Absolutely. I would never tell anybody I'm an expert in lawn care, but I am an expert in Medicare. So we all have our areas of expertise, and I can talk to about 4 people about my lawn and the lawn care. Knowing where to go for the right kind of help is our area of expertise, especially as it relates to Medicare assistance, retirement, those kind of things. Knowing where to turn in your community is huge, and we are so honored to be a part of our community and helping those Wyoming people, helping Wyoming people, and it just doesn't get better than that.
Absolutely. So just to kind of drive this point home, Wyoming Senior Citizens Inc. is here to help. If you've got questions about open enrollment, if you maybe got a letter in the mail from Social Security and you're going, what in the world are they even talking about here with this extra help program? How do I find out if I really am eligible, and what do I do? They have got the resources to kind of sort that out for you and give you a hand in figuring it all out. So I just want to help celebrate that we've got this local resources for folks. And one more time, if you've got that pen and paper, if you've got a pencil, back of an envelope here, the number for Senior Citizens Inc. here in Wyoming in Riverton is 307-856-6880. Thank you so much, Tisha, for filling us in on some of this stuff. I know it can be really confusing for folks, so it's so nice that you're here to help.
Absolutely. Here to help unwind it all.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Toodaloo.